Hi there. Today I would like to explain what the process was like of having my VNS device turned on for the first time. I had no idea what to expect, and so I went in with an open mind, and they explained the process very well. But essentially, they hooked up a EKG just so that they could watch what my heart rate was doing. They were curious to see if they could see any differences in my heart rhythms at different levels. So then they gave me a little wand thing that I put over my implant, which connected to their laptop. And then they were able to modify the settings. I'm a little confused as to what the numbers represented, but essentially the the amperage, I believe, was what they mentioned, and that is the energy that was going into the device. So it goes in 0.25 increments. So they started at 0.25, which I could not even feel. And so they ran it there for a little while, and they had adjusted the time so it would run for 15 seconds and turn off for a minute. So that was the schedule while I was having these adjustments made. Then they increased it to 0.5, and I could feel a little tickle maybe. It was not what I was expecting. I was somewhat expecting some sort of electrical feeling, but it didn't feel like that at all. It felt like a little maybe tickle or vibration on the inside of my throat, and so it was tolerable as well. And they did an assessment questionnaire for my current depression symptoms, which was actually quite depressing to have to go through, and honestly give them an assessment of where my depression is at. So that took quite a while, but then they adjusted it and they went up again to 0.75, and then I could feel that quite a bit. So it was quite noticeable. And afterwards, I came up with a description to my wife. Is it feels like a frog in my throat, but it actually feels like an actual something in your throat. So I wouldn't say that it's problematic or uncomfortable. It's just a little bit unsettling, maybe different. And so now it just started going off. So you may notice that my voice is wavy, and I was also kind of surprised at how the frequency, the number of pulses that happens was far apart as it was. I was expecting that it would be much more of a. Instead, it's so that, now it's over. So yeah, they put it at 0.75, and it was still going 15 seconds every minute, and then that was quite a while. And each time you have to put the wand in front of the device to connect to their computer. So they then shut it off and gave a little break, and then she adjusted the settings to go for 30 seconds once every 5 minutes. That's not exactly correct. It would run for 30 seconds, and then it's off for 5 minutes. Then it runs for 30 seconds. So I was thinking it was going to be 30 seconds and then basically 4.5 minutes. And then we'd start again so that it's a 5-minute loop. But it's really not. It's a 5-minute, 30-second loop, so it's constantly rolling. anyhow, that was the appointment. Aside from the questionnaires and things that I had to do, it could have been as quick as 25, 30 minutes. But I was actually there for an hour and a half. The next step is that I will go back a week from then. Theoretically, I'm going to be out of town, so I'm going 5 days after this initial visit, and then they'll turn it up again. And according to the tech person that was doing the adjusting, the minimum therapeutic level they're looking for is 1.25. I don't know if it's amps or whatever. And the maximum she believed was 3.25. So that would be if, in fact, next week they increased it to 1, and then the next week 1.25, and then there's another one, 1.5. So 1.5 would be the kind of minimum that I would be looking at, and maybe even higher. They apparently want that to be as high as possible, but within your range of tolerance. And I don't know if that's tolerance to, I don't know what it's tolerance to, because right now it's just, there are times where it's going off and I don't even recognize it. If I'm not talking, I might feel a little something, but sometimes your mind plays tricks on you, whether or not it's even on. Sleeping was not an issue. I was glad about that. I figured that might cause some discomfort or wake me up or difficulty falling asleep, but none of those were true. I went to bed. I fell asleep on the couch actually. Early in the evening, it was a little bit of a stressful day. Just the unknown and going to medical procedures, not on my top 10 list of things that I want to do. So I did post a video of the day of my surgery, and I was struck by the strength of my voice, reminding myself that, yeah, the day after surgery, the day of and the day after surgery, my voice was unaffected. It seemed like it was stronger today, but now that I'm doing this, it also kind of feels a little bit weak and raspy. So, but it's not getting worse. And I have every hope that it is going to get better. Very busy week with different appointments this upcoming week, and then I'm out of town Thursday and Friday. But I will try to continue to record videos about where I'm at. Obviously, I don't feel any impact from the device itself. Less than 24 hours, so that's not realistic, and I'm just trying to adjust and get used to the intermittent interruptions of the thing. And now it just started again, so that means I've been talking for more than 5 minutes, so you're probably bored. So I will leave it there right now, and I will check back as soon as I can. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you very much. Bye.